This true incident still wakes me up at night. I don't know how to express my feelings, but try to imagine my situation along. Turn off all the bulbs and let's dive into my true story. So this incident took place in Mumbai back in 2016 when I was 16 years old. I was preparing for board exams and used to take classes for late. Once I got very late and left the class around 10:30 p.m. So there were two routes that lead to my home. One was a long route that takes around 45 minutes to reach the home, and another one was a shortcut but deserted after evening. As I was already late and hungry, I decided to take the shortcut. Biggest mistake. On that route, I had to cross a railway track and then walk around 2 kilometers to reach my home while also crossing a deserted hospital on the way. Weather was pleasant that day, and I was in a good mood when I plugged my earphone on and started walking. Everything was normal until I reached near that hospital. When I reached there, suddenly the wind was cold and I had a goosebumps. It was strange because in Mumbai we always have humidity. However, I kept walking when I felt like someone is walking behind me. I turned around but no one was there. I continued to walk when I saw in some distance there was a woman in sari, Indian tradition cloth of a woman, that seemed like my neighbor aunt. I was relieved thinking that now I don't have to walk alone on that creepy road. I shouted, calling her name, but there was no response, so I started to walk faster towards her, but however couldn't get closer to her, so I started to literally run towards her still calling her name, and she was still walking in a normal speed, but somehow the distance between us kept unchanged. I couldn't understand what was happening, so I stopped and tried to figure out what the actual thing I was chasing. I kept looking at her, and in a fraction of seconds she disappeared into thin air. Mind you, that road was all straight for at least 1 kilometer and there was no place to hide, no way she could run away or hide somewhere. That was enough. I lost control over myself and started running like a dog and only stopped at my home. I was so scared that I got fever that lasted for a week. Next day, I told everything to my family, but they didn't believe and shrugged it off, saying I should take some rest from studies and that I am imagining things. But weird things started to happen. I used to feel like someone was caressing my hair when I am sleeping. I was afraid to be in the dark, and I remember seeing silhouette in my room whenever I was alone, but this time I didn't tell these things to my family. But one day my cousin whom I shared my room with came running out of the room screaming. We were all in the hall watching TV. When she was asked what happened, she said that after taking shower when she entered the room, she saw me sitting near the window watching outside. I usually used to sit there after getting done with my studies. She opened the cupboard and was searching for something when she tried to ask me whether I saw what she was searching for. Getting no reply from me, she looked towards the direction on the window and found no one there. I was still in the hall with everyone watching the television. After listening to her, I expressed what I was dealing with for a week. Now the family believed that something was indeed fishy and took me to the holy place. There we met with a person who solved these kind of cases. He blows some verses of the Quran on me and told my elders to never let me be alone in that house and strictly told me not to go by that road ever again. He didn't tell me the reason as he felt I was too young to know that. However, things didn't happen like that again, and we even left that home after the 3rd of April months. So that's it.